Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are about to discuss a very important topic which is IPMAT Indore Syllabus, and let's see how we are going to discuss it. We are going to do a trend analysis, and in what way? We will analyze this such that we get understanding of what is a high weightage topic, how to strategize smartly and efficiently. The syllabus is huge, right? How you start in what order so that you end up covering the syllabus as early as possible, and also you become mock ready early. To be mock ready, you don't need necessary to cover the whole syllabus. You cover the most important thing and you are ready to practice in mocks. Next is high ROI topics. What do I mean by that? Let's say they don't take much effort, but they always come in the examinations. So we should not miss these kind of topics. Okay, coming ahead, okay, last 3 years, we will have a look at last 3 year pattern, and from that we will extract these informations. Last 3 years, how to be mock ready fast, and further, we will trace back the pattern to last 5 years, but the last 3 year pattern is most important. Okay, moving ahead, last 3 years. In last 3 years, in total 270 questions have come in examination, 90 each year, no pattern change. So, by observing those questions, we have come to a conclusion that easy to moderate, right? 66.7% of the questions out of this is easy to moderate and 33 are hard. Now, the question comes, how am I categorizing the questions as easy, moderate and hard? First of all, disclaimer, this is not a very a hard and fast rule. Some type of questions may be moderate for some person and for some persons they may be hard. Some persons, a hard question may actually seem easy if he has a very good understanding of, let's say, permutation and combination or some really hard topic. But on a general level, if we keep the exceptions aside, on the general level, this is how the data looks like. Okay, so coming back to our definition and categorization of what is easy, moderate and hard. So based on general definition, what is easy? Let's say you studied a concept, you understood it, you did 5 to 10 examples of it, and you memorized the formula. Now if someone gives you a question of that and you are able to solve it in under 1 or 2 minutes without any stress or okay how to do it, you have a clear vision how to approach and it will be solved in not of so much time, it's not lengthy. That is a easy question. Now coming to moderate questions are those if you have understood the concept same as the easy one, you did some more illustrations, some different more variety like non-classical one, let's say some are fixed variety, you expanded some more and you understood some extra variety also. Now when you see a moderate question, it looks like you are able to do it definitely, but it is lengthy, right? You understood 70-80% of it. Okay, this I'll do and I'll get to the end. Sometimes it's lengthy and sometimes you understand 80% of it, but if you start solving it you can do it. The risk is it can take more time. So those are moderate questions. Now hard questions, these are the type of questions in which you have studied the concept, you have practiced enough illustrations, but when you see the question you are not able to figure out the approach. You are able to understand only 30-40% of how the approach will look like and you are still not confident and sure. These are the kind of questions you should not attempt in first round. So this is our categorization of easy, moderate and hard. So based on observing across all three sections, we have understood that only 33% of the questions are actually hard. And if you do good practice, you are able to crack this easy to moderate sections for sure. Now, let's start with verbal trend over the last 3 years. Here we can see reading comprehension and grammar and sentence correction came heavily. Now, in that, in 2025 paper, reading comprehension was 18, then 12, then again 12. Consistently it is coming. If we see for the grammar and sentence correction, 18 in 2023, 2024, 18 and 2025, it just came at 5. No, it's not the case. Why am I saying so? See, grammar, specific grammar based sentence correction, okay, they were 5, but what happens is that, see, grammar and sentence correction and fill in the blanks, right? In fill in the blanks also, sometimes grammar based rules applies, right? So what are the rules which you learn in grammar? They get directly applied to fill in the blanks type of questions. So skipping grammar is a huge mistake. Grammar and sentence correction, these kind of questions you should know very well. how to solve, what are the rules, let's say parallelism, subject verb agreements. In grammar, there are a specific set of rules. If you understand those, they will help you very much in not just sentence correction and grammar, in para completion also. Sometimes a paragraph is written and you understand, okay, this piece of word will come at this part, so that will help in that also. And fill in the blanks, definitely. Now the point to be noted here is that vocab based fill in the blanks also come, right? Vocabulary is also important, but what is more important is grammar and sentence correction. You should know grammar really well. Vocab, it's like a huge ocean. There are some specific, like most probable words. You can get list of like most thousand most important words, but you cannot afford to miss grammar rules. You should learn those, practice those, because it will help you not just in one specific area, it will help you in fill in the blanks also, and sometimes para completion too. So this is whole overview of a verbal trend. Also, one insight here is that para jumbles, they are coming consistently, right? 5 questions are coming consistently over the last 3 years. But the thing is, in para jumbles, sometimes you cannot be so sure. Okay, so what is the key takeaway? In para jumbles, okay, what is the order? Sometimes you are confused in this is the order or that is the order. But the key takeaway is, if you are like practice reading comprehension well, reading comprehension also work on rule based thing, like you get a sense, intuitive sense after practicing multiple questions. So that is the thing. And the key takeaways, focus on grammar and RC first, right? Get a very good hold of this, and then you can heavily practice other type of things also, like para jumbles and para completion too. Now moving ahead, let's come to quant trend over the last 3 years. Quant, right? Quant is like everyone talks about in IPMAT. Quant is stuff, quant is stuff. Let's understand how to cover it efficiently. What is most important? Looking over here, first I have put up arithmetic. Okay, first, but let's see a pie chart where we can get an overview what happened in last 3 years. See, this pie chart represents what is the weightage of like these bundles. Bundles in the sense algebra. Okay, this means algebra, arithmetic, and geometry. If we see in 2025, these three comprises most of like more than half of the portion of overall math section. Okay, but these are not standalone things. They comprises of like some chapters, but they are connected. So algebra, arithmetic, and geometry came more than 50% in 2025. Same goes for, they comprised over 60% in 2024, and in 2023 more than 50% always. So these three are the major chunk which you should not miss. Algebra, arithmetic, and geometry. If we see their weightage, they are not fluctuating much. From this year to this year, like 2024 to 2025, weightage of algebra slightly reduced, but all in all, those three are like you must do. Okay, now coming back in detail. Now, if we see arithmetic first, arithmetic in total came 24 questions, right? Over the last 3 years, all in all, 24 questions came just from arithmetic. Now, let us see what are the topic wise distribution in arithmetic section. Sequence and series. First, if we see, total 7 questions came over the last 3 years. Now, first in 2023, just 1 question came, then 2, then 4. So, this is also a GP with common ratio 2, so it's continuously increasing. And sequence and series is something like everything in arithmetic. You should know these topics. Why? Because they get used in other things also. In some geometry question, you may see some ratio concept being used and all. So, whatever topics are there in arithmetic, you should have a very good hold of these, because whatever you study in other subjects, let's say algebra and geometry also, sometimes these concepts are being used. Okay, let's see interest. It is also consistently coming. 2 question, then 1 question. Ratio, proportion, and percentages. This is like more important. Why am I saying? Like this can be used in like every type of chapter or concept. Let's say you are talking about geometry. The ratio of the radiuses is given, or some logic of proportion is given, right? It is proportional to this, and then you have to figure out, right? In time, speed, distance, ratio proportion can be used. Definitely it is used. In time and work, ratio proportion is used. So you should have a understanding what is ratio and how to use those. They are also coming, like last year also, direct question maybe not there from ratio and proportion, but it is being used. So it came at 6 questions. Similarly, time, speed, distance, time and work, these are the things which you should cover in arithmetic. Now, looking back to algebra, right? Logarithms is like coming very much. 2 question, 5 question, then 4 question, and it is not a very large topic. You should understand the properties, like there are 5 to 6 rules, and you should practice some varieties of question. Then you will get a hold of idea, like if something is in power we should take log, and you will get a sense of it, where to use log and how to like actually solve a log question. Inequalities also, quadratic equations, right? All these things are very important, and some others and miscellaneous kind of questions, like mixture of these also comes, but these three are very important in algebra. Coming back to geometry. Okay, geometry, if we see, right, here is distribution of geometry and permutation and combination and probability. Now, why have I categorized it as slightly tricky? I'll come to that. And relatively doable. Yeah, as compared to permutation and combination probability, geometry is relatively doable. Okay, in geometry I have categorized, this is like normal geometry: triangle, circle, polygon, quadrilateral, area based question, right? Normal property, circle property, tangent properties, those kind of questions in geometry. And coordinate geometry, when they give you specific points. In coordinate geometry you should know like how to get area of a triangle when you like when coordinates are given, right? Those kind of properties, formulas you should know. Then trigonometry and its application in this, like sin square theta cos square theta equals to 1. This is a very basic thing, but yeah, these kind of properties if you know and practice you can do. And in permutation and combination and probability, this is combined, right? And this is also combined. Everything can be used in like these three. Like geometry, if you studied about triangle, they can give you a triangle with coordinates and all. So this is all connected, and these two topics are also connected. Okay, now permutation and combination and probability. In this, now what happens is that easy questions come, right? They come, but to understand permutation and combination and probability, it takes slightly more attention and sometimes even more time to take a grasp of what is actually happening and how to make cases. The problem in this is sometimes even if there is an easy question, we may miss cases. An easy case, okay, even if we miss one single case, that will like reduce our answer, and we end up losing marks. So we have to study this also, we have to study everything in the syllabus, but the priority order should be, first we should finish arithmetic, then we should move on to algebra. Or you can mix those also, right? One topic here, one topic there. Like if you are getting bored, arithmetic, algebra, then you should come to geometry, cover the easy and moderate type of these, and PNC probability also. We should not like leave any topic completely as such. Now let us see about the other topics which are like standalone, not directly connected to others. First is number system, right? It also comes, like we can see over the years, 6 questions have came from this topic. But this looks like a simple like single topic, but in itself there are multiple concepts like remainders, right? Remainders, LCM, HCF based question, multiple variety. So definitely all of these, what is written here, you should not miss the easy questions at least, right? We have to cover, like as we progress, like we will be covering everything and increasing our understanding in every topic, but there's a priority order to it. First we will, like as discussed, arithmetic, algebra, then geometry, then PNC probability. Like that is a second level of increasing the understanding. Easy and moderate, or like easy, at least every topic we should definitely cover. Like set theory, puzzles, right? Puzzles are just random, like number based puzzle, any puzzle can come. Games and tournament, that's a specific topic. Data interpretation, like understanding of graphs, they can give you bar graph, pie chart, and some relations, some ratios involved, right? And they can, like, by using ratios, puzzles can also be made. So that is why I was saying ratio is very important. Matrices and determinants, team selection, again a puzzle kind of thing. quant based LR, logical reasoning puzzle with some like fractions involved, ratios involved, maybe some sequence and series involved, like four people have chocolates, the chocolates are in geometric progression. Now you have to get an idea ki how to progress. Okay, limits, continuity and functions, it's also coming but less as compared to others. Okay, moving to this, we have already saw the trend analysis over pie chart. Now verbal analysis of the last 5 years. Again, over the last 5 years, if we extrapolate the situation and see in these 2 years also, right? Okay, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 years, right? This is for 6 years. Okay, if we see for these 6 years, like 103 questions came for grammar and sentence correction, reading comprehension 78 questions. This proves like our strategy is fine, it works, right? Strategies, grammar, sentence correction, reading comprehension, fill in the blanks is a must thing. And remember, fill in the blanks and grammar and sentence correction are corrected. Next, if we see, okay, for inequalities, you can pause the video and have a look at this graph also. Next, if we see for quants, other topics like puzzles and set theory, you can pause and have a look. For like ratio proportion, quadratic equation, averages, this is the last three, all like 6 year trend. But again, I am saying important is you should look over the last 3 years more, because over the years pattern has changed, number of questions has changed. For mixtures and allegations, mensuration. So that was all about syllabus analysis and strategy of how we should move ahead and what we should study first to get more ready early. And again, why I am emphasizing more on mocks part. See, knowing a concept, getting good marks in sectional is a different thing, and like optimizing the whole mock performance is a different game. Why? Because you need to like take care of like how stressed are you while you are seeing, okay, continuously hard question come, easy question come, which question to leave, which question to like do and attack at the moment. That is a skill, and that will come after the practice. And practice will happen when you have enough time for mocks, and you will start your mock early in the process. You should not wait for the last time, okay, then I will practice the mocks. And we are offering 10 plus free mocks for IPMAT. Okay, so you can just Google IPMAT online coaching, crack your IPMAT online coaching. You can come here and IPMAT mocks. Here if you see, currently there are around 10 plus mocks for combined Indore and Rohtak if we see, and we will be releasing other mocks also as we see the like attempts by you, right? The more we see the guys are attempting these, we will again get motivated and work more. So this is it. And also one thing I am mentioning, free IPMAT course is also live. In that there is a structured plan, day wise plan, like how to study what on what day. Everything is being set up here. Study room is something which has over 2000 plus practice questions across the sections, topic wise 2000 plus questions. So that's it from our side. Let us know in the comments if you have any doubts, and subscribe us for more content like this.